This is Mehul Mankad, and today we're here with Kate Murray. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
Kate, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I'm a psychologist at the Center for Child and Family Health, and I work with families who've experienced trauma. I'm the director of our Post-Adoption Support Services program, and I also do an early intervention for young children and their attachment to their caregivers.
Wow, you sound like a busy person. Tell us a little bit about our topic today.
Yeah, so today I'd like to talk about conflict resolution and why it's important for parents to use that for their children's healthy development.
Wonderful. Now, my experience as a parent, I'd say that negotiating the responsibilities and roles of being a parent, it's hard to tell what your job is. So why is it important for parents to learn and use conflict resolution strategies?
When there's a lot of conflict between parents,
Right.
kids pick up on that. Even before kids are able to understand what's being said, so for very young children,
Yeah.
they're able to pick up on that with their bodies. And their body's biological systems actually mirror their parents. So when parents have stress hormones flowing through their body, when they have elevated heart rates, children mirror that, and their bodies become stressed too.
Wow.
So even if they don't really understand what's going on, their bodies can pick up that there is conflict and they can become stressed, which can threaten their healthy development long term.
So the bottom line is if a parent is feeling out of control, that has impact on just more than the parent.
It does. It impacts the child. And so when those experiences are repeated over a long period of time, then children are stressed and then not able to develop as they should because they're worried more about being safe than they are about being able to explore their world and learn and grow.
You know, something else that occurs to me is that being a veteran parent is different, or possibly different than being a civilian parent. Veterans, by definition, were active duty military at some point and were part of an organization with a very strict set of rules and regulations and a rank structure, a very clear hierarchy. And I wonder if it's hard for people who were active duty, who are now veterans, to function in the different rules system that you have to have as parents.
Yeah, absolutely. That can definitely be a struggle. Children are different in that children, to develop healthily, need autonomy and control. That can actually help them develop their own self-regulation. When parents are attuned to them and follow their lead, they learn to better regulate themselves, and that actually helps their brains develop too.
Wow. So it's important to figure that out, right? You want to give them a certain amount of autonomy, but still show them that you are in charge and that you
Right.
kind of have a higher rank than them.
Right, absolutely. I'm not advocating permissive parenting, where parents let children do whatever it is they want and that children are in charge. That's not the best environment for healthy development either. The best environment for healthy development is a nice balance between clear and consistent limits that are enforced calmly, and then on the other hand, letting children have some autonomy and control.
Right, right. Okay. So that sounds like a challenge for someone who's kind of from a very structured, command-oriented perspective to do.
Yeah.
Now, tell us a little bit more about the importance of this kind of child-parent relationship. Why should that matter?
Yeah. The healthy parent-child relationship is actually the most important protective factor in helping children overcome all sorts of different types of adversity.
Wow.
So trauma, loss, anything threatening, scary happening in a child's life, having that positive relationship with a parent is a buffer that helps them overcome that and maintain that course of healthy development.
So that relationship between the parent and the child sounds like it serves as a blueprint.
Yes, it does. And that's actually what's known as the internal working model. Children get a blueprint of all future relationships, so what they can expect from other people, how they expect to be treated, and even a blueprint for how they see themselves, if they are worthy of being treated well and treated with love. So that positive relationship with a parent is carried forward with them into other relationships as they get older, and their self-esteem as well.
Okay, so the impact that the parent has on the child affects them in childhood, but you're saying throughout life, and then maybe even with their own children when they become parents.
Yes, absolutely. So we carry those strategies forward and think about the way that we were parented. And sometimes if we didn't have that warm relationship, and sometimes if we had parents that were very rigid and didn't give us that warmth, it's hard for parents to know how to do that with their children. And so it takes a lot of focus and intentionality, and sometimes a little bit of extra support to develop that healthy relationship with the child.
Kate, thank you so much for joining us. You've given us a lot to think about.
Thank you.